guys, it's me. I'm around my friend Sebastian's house, someone I've known since, actually before he was born. A fellow gamer, good guy. Goes by the PSN of Riddick666. Underscore, aye. Look him up, he's a good gamer. He's also one of the regulators. So we're around his house, I'm around his house, we're having a bit of games, and, just general mucking about. Anyway, I'm about to show you Entwined on his system, because I don't own it, and it's a game I've been hoping to actually get to show you. So, enjoy a few moments of Entwined. I've never played this before, so I don't actually know what I'm doing. Alright. So what am I doing?
You hold the sticks to the side, it'll make them on the outside so it's a bit easier to control them. And the main premise is you need the two gauges on the top, left and right there, you fill them up by going through these little parts there as the magical blue bird and the magical orange fish. And once they fill up to max, then you'll have to press R1 and L1 to combine, I guess it is, the powers, and then you need to go for more of them to charge up properly. Then you turn into a magical green dragon. Word of thought I would never say.
Magical green dragon.
Yeah. Then you fly around a bit collecting stuff, and then you leave a magical trail of magicness, I guess. And then you go for a portal and you go to the next level. I can honestly say, even on PS3 and the PS Vita, this game looks awesome.
It's a lovely game to look at.
It's pretty, yeah. And I gotta say as well, with the sound, it's like I guess
I don't know if I'm doing well or not, but it feels like I'm doing alright.
You're doing alright now because you know what you're doing, really. But when it will punish you on later levels, when it gets really difficult like that, you'll have to move while you're in those positions. We have several of those little petals to go through. It can get quite challenging.
I keep getting those the wrong way around. I keep seeing them as coming towards when they're coming close. I got it that time.
And there's also there's 9 main stages on it, which you can go through, and it won't take you amazingly long. And this game isn't that much. I mean, I think it's barely
I really like this control scheme. I thought actually when I first heard about it, it would really throw me, but once you start getting into it, it's quite intuitive.
Especially,
I like these ones where you got the coronas and the coronas are moving, and you've got to angle yourself through the coronas.
When you when you're the dragon, it moves to your full 3D movement in a big area, which can be really interesting and fun. And you can also do twirls and stuff as a dragon, and it's quite cool. And when you start to leave a trail behind you, and that's something to do with the story. I don't really know because the game's amazing and everything, but story.
It's one of these Japanese games where the story can be a little bit
hazy, but you forgive it because it's quite
beautiful.
Yeah. And I think what people would most say about it is what have you got to come back to when you've done all 9 stages? And there's actually a challenge mode that you can do where...
And then of course there's always the idea of perfecting what you've done.
Yes, and in this game as well, I just sat on the title screen for about an hour just listening to the music, because the music is the main point of why I think this is probably one of my favourite titles for PS3, because it's just the music's so well done and just beautiful, really. And it's sort of I wouldn't compare it. I would more sort of nod to it being similar to games like Guitar Hero, where you need to when you start getting to the faster stages, the rhythm, you need to start getting into a rhythm when you're hitting the little panels, and it'll make noise and it'll kind of go along with the music.
Yeah.
And it's really fun on later levels, which, if you want me to show you, if you can just...
Yeah, so this is kind of getting a bit hypnotic.
It really is. Because I think it's where like the backgrounds and stuff gets really sort of...
It almost reminds me, and this will be going backwards in time for you guys who have stuck with the video this long, and thank you for that. If any of you ever had the original PlayStation back in the day, and you had the music mixing CD that you'd put your CDs in, after you loaded up the information from the game CD that came in the demo pack, you'd actually have a thing where you could play your music CDs in it after loading the data, and you'd have all these cool visualizations, which actually still exists on the PS3 in another form, where you have that nice sort of wave pattern or looking at the earth while you're playing your music CDs. Although, let's face it, in this age now, how many people actually play music from CDs?
I do.
Yeah, but your particular
Weird person.
demographic,
I'm
you
a
know,
weird person, so...
your demographic doesn't do that these days, dude.
I know, but people my age...
I mean, hell, I'm going
15-year-olds.
to be 40 in like 12, 13 days, you know, it's like, my demographic is definitely different to yours.
Yeah.
Although I think I have passed some of my behavioural aspects. Ooh. Right, so you show us off some of these later levels to kick this video into gear, and then we'll end things there. And I'm going to bring the camera a little bit closer for the viewers so they can see a bit better. We're not going to do this too much longer because I like to try and leave my videos not too long.
And of course, loading times isn't that bad. Although sometimes it can, because I've had my PlayStation for quite a while now. Although this is the last level, so I guess if you don't want spoilers.
Yeah, if you don't want spoilers for the last level of Entwined, look away now, guys.
Although it really doesn't matter because there's not much to spoil, just like how mental it's going to be, really. It always starts off quite easy, but then you get stuff like this, which can get a bit difficult.
Actually, you know what it's kind of reminding me of in as far as its aesthetics are concerned, and you might not go with me on this, but it's kind of making me reminisce slightly for Mirror's Edge.
Yeah, I feel with you on that one, because when I first saw it, I was like, this has a bit of a Mirror's Edge feel with sort of the brightish colours. You know, so on the sort of whiter, brighter backgrounds, which is amazing. And I've played this quite a lot, so I'm not mucking up as much. And also, I've kind of got like...
Well, that's good, because you're playing for the internet.
Oh. Say that, I've muck up. But a good thing to do when you're playing this is actually hold the sticks to like the sides, because then you get a bit more control on the two characters. You can call them characters, I guess, really. The bird and the fish.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can get a bit annoying, but when sometimes it's the illusion of like the background makes it look a lot faster than it actually is. So it can be kind of like you think you're going mentally fast, but it's, in actual fact you're kind of not going as fast as you think. It's like trying to play through the Fire and Flame sometimes on expert, you know, mental sort of. It's like mental, like tons of notes, tons of everything.
Well, I think that'll wrap this up, guys. It's looking like a lovely, tasty little game. Hopefully you'll enjoy it as much as I do. So I'll close this out the way I always do. Remember to rate, favourite, comment, share, subscribe. And as always, aye, nae bother.